Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about me going to the doctor in Mexico, in Mérida, Mexico, in the Yucatan Peninsula. So stay tuned. Okay, let's start off by saying why I went to the doctor in the first place. So I went because one Saturday night I was freaking out because something was going on with my reproductive organs. So I knew that I needed to go to a gynecologist or OBGYN. So I heard about a website that I could go to schedule an appointment. All right, now let's talk about how I found the doctors, yes, plural, doctors, that I went to for my gynecology-ishness, okay? I know that's not a word. All right, let's move on. So I went on the website. I don't know how to say it. It's like Dr. Leah, I don't know. But I will put in the description box below or on this video. That's the website I went to. I heard about it from another black expat that lives in Mexico. And I was like, oh, this is perfect timing because I need to find a doctor. It is a pretty detailed website. You can pick what region of Mexico you're in or what city you're in and pick what kind of specialist you need. Or if you need like, a PCP, or if you need like a gynecologist, a cardiologist, or whatever. So when I picked what I needed, there was a bunch of doctors that was specialized in that particular field. So they have, all like really detailed information. Y'all, the struggle. Let me tell you about the struggle. Quick pause on that video. I am an interview coach. I help support people during the interview process. So if you're really struggling to get hired for that job you desire and you've been to so many interviews and you're still not nailing it, you need to reach out to me for help. My information is in the description box below. Now back to the video. All right, so you guys know how and why I was looking for a doctor, okay? So I had messaged a couple of doctors. They also have the rates on that website. So I'm just gonna break it down to the two different visits that I had, okay? Very different experiences and two different doctors, and it's for the same reason. So I've seen this particular doctor. I'm not gonna say his name, but it was a male, and it was actually an online appointment. Okay, so it was a digital appointment. It cost me 320 Mexican pesos to see this doctor, and I was able to pay online and all that. My issue was English. The website said that he was bilingual, that he spoke English and Spanish. So that's a problem. That is my problem about that website, is that it's not 100% accurate. But is it the website's problem? Or is it the people who updated the website, right? So usually I would think the human who put the information in wasn't very accurate, okay? So when I had my appointment and I realized, I was like, oh, tu hablas inglés? He was like, or I said, tu hablas inglés? He was like, no. I was like, oh my goodness. So I had anxiety. I'm like, I'm already trying to explain to you what's going on with me and you don't understand, half the stuff I'm saying. So we got through it. He was able to understand what I said because I was doing we're typing and stuff in the chat, and he knew enough English, and I knew very little Spanish, but we got through it, and it was probably about a 25-minute appointment digitally, and he said basically what he thought was going on with me, and then he wanted me to get tests done. Okay, so after that experience, which wasn't great because of the language barrier, it wasn't even just the language barrier, it's just because it was a 45-minute appointment. My appointment was 25 minutes, and he was trying to rush me off of the appointment and said that he'll contact me via WhatsApp and, keep in touch with me to, with the next steps that I need to do. So I'm like, okay, you want me to get blood work? You want me to get like this and this and this? I need to know where to go and what to do. He was not very good at explaining that to me. And I text in Spanish, on WhatsApp, because, you have Google Translate, even though it's not foolproof or fail-proof or whatever. And he did not get back in touch with me, y'all, and that was an issue. I reached out to him 2 times, and you can tell usually on WhatsApp if someone sees your messages and does not want to reach out to you. And I'm like, dude, you're my doctor. I paid you 320 pesos. And I know 320 pesos to us, like Americans or Canadians or, Westerners, that it's not a lot of money, but at the same time, if I'm going to pay for a service, I expect to get the results, the desirable result, right? If you're going to be a doctor and be professional, you should reach out to your patients when they're asking you a question, especially when you said you're already going to help me. So that was my problem, and that was the first doctor. All right, let's talk about the second experience. Very different. So I know that this doctor is bilingual, and so I knew they speak English and Spanish, okay? So that was good. I knew that before even going to the office. And keyword, I went to the office. I did not do an online consultation or an online thing. I decided to just go to the office this time. So I had to take an Uber there, and it took me about 25 minutes to get there, and it was in this nice, big, medical office building. And then, I had to take the elevator up, and then I went to the doctor's office. So when I first opened the door, it was a really tiny room, and there was the secretary. She was nice, and there was only a couple chairs. It was a really pequeño, really small room. And she was nice. We were able to communicate enough for her to understand me and for me to understand her, because her English isn't as, she's not like an advanced English speaker or anything, and she doesn't have to be. So anyway, so we figured that out, and then the next room, so the doctor, was like, oh, hi, he was friendly, he was nice, speaking English, I understood what he was saying, and then we went into the next room. So the next room, there is his desk, nice big desk, a decent size. There's my chair, his chair, I think there's another chair next to me. And we talked about what was going on with me, my symptoms, and all this other stuff. And then I needed to get examined. So right next to this area is another area. Now it's a really small area. This is like one room, okay? And there's 2 parts to this room. And it's not divided by a wall. So there's his little office here, and then right here is where they can get examined, okay? Like if you're OBGYN office, you can kind of get the gist of what's there, okay? So that stuff would be there. And then there is a small bathroom right next to it, okay? So I had to get examined and things. I was able to go to the bathroom, use the bathroom, change, do all that stuff. He did the stuff that he needed to do. Then we went back to his spot, his office, and we discussed things in detail. He was very friendly, very patient. He answered all my questions. I felt very comfortable, after the appointment, during the appointment, I felt fine. And I would definitely go to him again if I have anything that's OBGYN related. I felt comfortable with him. He understood my questions, concerns. He was willing to look at things and all that. So, very opposite experience, but it cost me almost double the cost. It cost, and it mean, it's not bad of a price. Like, I don't think it's bad at all, especially for like, you know, us Americans or Canadians or whatever. So it cost me 600 pesos for this visit. So that was not bad at all. Mind you, I do not have like a special traveler's insurance that covers like little visits here and there. It has to be catastrophic, okay? Where they, oh, we have to fly you back to the US kind of stuff. So I don't have no like insurance to cover these kinds of visits. So I pay out of pocket. So my experience was really good with this particular doctor. And I was like, wow, very different experience. So I didn't even have to get all these tests and all that stuff like the other doctor was talking about. The other guy was like, you're fine. And that's great. So I hope you guys liked this video and I hope it helped you. If you decide to come to Mexico and maybe possibly live or visit and you're trying to figure out like the doctor situation, this is my experience and I hope it helps you. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.